A very good morning and welcome to all those who are connected to us. I actually welcome you all on behalf of CCS Niam Jaipur. CCS Niam Jaipur being a premium national level institute for dissemination in information of research, training, consultancy, and in agricultural marketing. CCS Niam Jaipur under RKVY Raftar project has been given an opportunity and accreditation to initiate or start a agribusiness incubator, and so Niam's incubator is called as Niam Agribusiness Incubator. Niam Agribusiness Incubator has been running two programs, that is Startup Agribusiness Incubation Program that we call SABIP, and AOP, that is Agripreneurship Orientation Program. Under both the programs, CCS Niam have incubated different kinds of startups, and with no qualification, but yes, a very kind of startups from all across all genres of work and is majorly based on agriculture. So one such startup is here with us today, called FYSI World. FYSI World with both the partners, that is Mr. Vishnu Venkatesh and Mrs. MG Krishnaveni. FYSI World deals with banana fiber and how to recycle the fiber and how what all resources and products can be made out of it. So I welcome FISI World and Vishnu on behalf of CCS Niam and Niam Agribusiness Incubator. So Vishnu, if you are connected, over to you.
Yeah, audible to everyone? Yes.
Yes, Vishnu, just a bit more clarity.
Yeah. Is it good now?
Yes, perfect. Thank you.
Yeah. Good morning, all the viewers. I'm Vishnu Venkatesh from Busy World. We are located in Rajahmundry, Andhra Pradesh, and we are working on a project to make eco-friendly apparels. So, looking into the project details, what I am currently working on, let's go through the problem scenario. So what is the problem scenario? What we are looking at is, so we have the two pictures in front of the screen. If you look at the banana farm and synthetic fiber. So let me give a clear, small example about the synthetic fibers. So every human being who are living on this land wanted to wear some apparel because they need to look up smart and look very decent in their work or their living things. So what is this synthetic fibers? Synthetic fibers are used to make some clothes and apparels to design your interiors or to wear your products as well. So how these synthetic fibers are made? Synthetic fibers are the man-made fibers which are artificially created by some chemical compositions which are very much harmful to this living land as well as living beings. So while manufacturing the cloths or any kind of apparels with the artificial chemical compositions, what happens is during the process of manufacturing the end product, it releases a lot of chemical waste as well as a lot of gaseous leakages which are contaminating this whole environmental ecosystem. So if you look at the long term, what is happening to the water which is available in the rivers and which is contaminating the whole purified water. So in a long term view, everything is going to be contaminated, which is not good for the further generations who are going to grow up. So what we are doing right now is India is the largest banana producing country in the world. So I think it's around 4.9 lakh hectares of land is being cultivated. Banana is being cultivated in India, which is a very largest area to produce banana. So if you look at the life cycle of the banana, what is happening is once if you start cultivating these uh, banana fruit, each tree lives up to 10 months and then only once it gives the fruit. So once the fruit is given by this banana tree, these trees are left out in the farms and they need to be cut down and throw away. They need to clean the farm again. So the life cycle of the banana cultivation is just 10 months. Once the fruit is given by the tree, it gives only once in the lifetime and it will never give a fruit again. So what the farmers are doing is they need to harvest the fruit and again we need to clean the farm to make the farm get ready for the next harvest cycle. So what is happening is there is a lot of banana trees which are being dumped away, which are being burnt away. This leads an additional burden to the farmer and leads in increase in the expenses to the farmer. So what can be done with those banana trees? So once the fruit is harvested, the tree can be utilized to make eco-friendly apparels because the banana tree has a very good eco-friendly fiber. Look at this slide. So we are converting this banana trees into fiber by extracting it with this machine, which you can see in the fourth image. So once the fruit is harvested, all these trees are cut down and separating the leaves, and then peeling off the outer part of the trunk, and then removing the unused or undamaged or which are not good, which are being affected by some kind of bugs and all those unnecessary things are removed, and it is finally processed by using an decorticator machine. So these you can clearly understand by seeing the picture that once we remove and peel off and make into pieces, these stems are kept into this decorticated machine and the fiber will be taken out. So once the fiber is extracted with this decorticator machine, what happens is it is very in a wet condition. So we need to dry it, and then you can see the fiber picture in the last column, in the last position of this page. So once this fiber, if you get this, once this fiber is acquired, we are processing it to make sure that the fiber is very clear, to make sure that the fiber is infection free, to make sure the fiber lasts longer than naturally. So this fiber is used to make yarn. The yarn can be combined with till date. What are the products that we have achieved is, so the fiber is combined with the cotton and blended in the pilot farm in pilot mills, and then the products what we have achieved is banana cotton yarn with a combination of 30% banana as well as 30% banana and 70% is cotton. So these two are blended together, and these are the samples. You look at the left side of the digital gallery or album, whatever you can say, or digital browser. So on the left side, it is the category of banana yarn, and the first one, it is the first one. This is the very original form of banana fiber. So these fibers are separated clearly to make sure the fiber is only a single filament, but not two filaments. So once the single fiber is separated, those ends are joined with a handmade and no machine made, that is handmade, to form a long filament. So the lengthy filament is used to produce fabric. So this is the original banana farm, original banana yarn without any chemical treatment and all, or natural treatment. And this is the second image, which is a processed one, to make sure that the fiber lasts forever, to make sure that the fiber is not degrading or not losing its properties. So this is the combination of another example of blending is the jute. This is the blending banana jute yarn. And these are the few samples that we developed till date in this banana cloth. And the first one, generally, what is cloth combination? In the cloth, when these weavers are weaving on their handloom or any kind of machine made, any cloth which is formed, which is produced, consists of warp and weft. So warp is something which is horizontal, and weft is something which is vertical. So this is a combination of 50% banana and 50% cotton. These are the three different colors on which we tested how does the fiber last when combined with the cotton and all. It looks very pretty good and lightweight, attractive. And this one, which is in the brown color, and this one, which is also in the brown color. These are two kind of non-woven fabric. Non-woven fabric which is made of needle punch, and this is chemically bonded. Generally, these two are used to uh, maintain thermal conditions in ceilings which are being used in vehicles, automobile sector. So the first one is the banana cotton yarn, which I previously mentioned. About 30% is banana and 70% is cotton. And the second product that we have developed is banana fabric. So with the developed cotton yarn, we have developed on a handloom, that is a banana fabric, and we also have a handmade yarn, which I previously mentioned about joining the ends of the banana fiber filaments and to form a continuous filament that can be used to weave on a handloom. So this one, if you look at the top of this picture, the very first one, this is called a denim kind of fabric, which is a 10 count or 15 count. This material can be used in interiors, curtains, and thick bed sheets, as well as jackets. Because this is a kind of denim. How do you feel about your jeans kind of thing? This is a bit thick one. And the second one, if you look at these, the count of this fabric is 40, which is very lightweight, super fine, combined with cotton. 30% is banana fiber and the 40 to 60% is cotton. So when it is blended and again made on handloom, which is very lightweight, comfortable, I think this exactly resembles to, if somebody is using a linen, they can compare it with this. And the third one, this is also combination of 60% cotton and 40% banana fiber. And the third one, it is a combination of 50% banana fiber as well as 50% cotton, which is 100% handloom and handmade. The last one is also same, 50% banana fiber and 50% cotton. So the last one is generally a kind of table towel. This is the third one, which can be used for attractive kind of jackets, as well as if you want to, what do you say, if you want to honor somebody, like kind of shawl. It looks very good and resembles silk. Going towards to handicrafts, what we have developed till date. So all these products which are in front of the screen are different kind of models according to the consumer's wish and according to the consumer's wantings. Whatever they want, whatever the product they are looking at. See, for example, the first one is a kind of mobile pouch. Few people are very much eco-friendly. They wanted to carry in eco-friendly pouches. So this is totally made of banana fiber with some kind of cotton kind of lining support inside to make sure that it is not totally transparent. The second one is bottle holder, and the rest of three are different kind of bags. One is flower basket, and the other was coconut basket. This one is the clear picture of the 50% banana and 50% cotton. Can be used as shawls, which is very shiny, attractive, lightweight, makes you feel very much comfortable. These are all other different kind of variety of products which we have developed. I request everyone to have a look on these. If you look at this last one labeled as 20, this is called as a puja mat. It is a combination of banana fiber and cotton again. So, what is exactly happening to this eco fibers global market? Are people really thinking about utilization of eco-friendly products over artificial synthetic fibers and all? Yes, exactly. People are thinking and people are changing. Awareness is increasing day by day. Awareness is increasing, and people wanted to live an eco-friendly lifestyle. They wanted to save this earth. They wanted to reduce the pollution. So on the right side of this slide, you can observe Ecofibers global market size, which is being conducted by GE Research, which is brand new global research company. So They have published that by the year 2025, the global eco fibers market price would be 90 billion US dollars. You can just imagine how big the potential is. And the analysis of the customer by taking the survey and the feedback from them, 36% of the people, they wanted to purchase these products to make sure that their home contains some eco-friendly products with them, and they also wanted to gift it to somebody, to their loved ones or to their friends, to make sure they live a healthy and eco-friendly lifestyle. 33% of the people, they wanted to contribute something to this kind of environment, something to these kind of initiatives. 29% of the people, they are like they wanted to buy at least once in a year, which means forget about the cost of the product. They just wanted to buy eco-friendly products. Only 2% of the people are not at all willing to contribute towards these kind of initiatives. Like they're not much aware, or they're not much related to this living society. Forget about that 2%. 90% of the people are very much interested, and they are willing to change. Yes. So, what is the unique value proposition of our products? Our products are totally eco-friendly, soft and skin-friendly. Few clothes will be like, apart from our products, few clothes will be like highly allergic to the skin. But our products are not like any allergic. They are very soft and skin-friendly, lightweight, attractive, UV resistant, heat resistant, and improved banana fiber realization in the fabric. Speaking about the competitors, yes, they do exist. Few people are producing this banana fabrics, but not up to the mark what I am looking at. So why should people look at me or choose me instead of the competitors? So we are concentrating much on improved quality of natural fiber realization in the end products, and we are going to certify the product. I think every one of us, uh, while at one point of time, while wearing these clothes or while washing them or while drying them, I think most of us will be looking at the labels of the product. Say, for example, each of our shirts will be having a label which shows some kind of precautions or instructions to make sure how should you take care of the product and how should you follow the wash care instructions and all. So in that label, again there will be a combination of how is your combination of your product, how is it produced. Say for example, my shirt is made of 50% cotton and 50% of polyester, 50% of silk or 50% of again rayon or acrylic. So there are few to be noted. There are few synthetic fibers can be remembered like acrylic, rayon, polyester, nylon. All these synthetic fibers are being utilized in our interiors. And just remember one thing, that these synthetic fibers are appear very good, but while manufacturing these products, it does a lot of harm to our environment. Of course, we are trying to make eco-friendly apparel look better than synthetic fibers. We are also concentrating on bringing up the innovative designs and make sure that people like it. And also, we are going to take the people's feedback to understand them what is their exact necessity. According to their feedback and necessity, we are going to modify our products and introduce them. What is the revenue model that we are looking at? B2B and white label and B2C. If everybody know about B2B, B2B is something people who want to take things as franchising, want to do business as franchising model, or they want to invest and represent themselves as the main leads of the business, distribution kind of thing. And white label. What is this white label? So some person comes and buys product from me in a large quantity, and they don't want me to mention my label or mention my company's name on that product. They are going to mention their name. They are going to post their labels on the product. They are going to publish that it has their own product. B2C. This is the third thing which I am concentrating on, which I am going to directly introduce my products to customers through e-commerce platforms or by participating in the exhibitions and social media. At the end of the day, what am I trying to do is building a sustainable ecosystem where we are converting farm waste, which is banana tree waste after the harvest, and processing the tree into fiber, and then again processing the fiber to make sure it is very soft, and make sure it is efficient free, and to make sure it lasts longer than existing products. And then it is used in handloom directly. That is one kind of product, and it is blended. Another product is blending this yarn with the cotton or jute or silk or rayon or any other. Of course, sorry, I'm not going to use it with the rayon. Mm, The picture which you could see, it is on handloom, representing the work happening on handloom by this banana fiber being, being woven on the cloth. The end product is eco-friendly apparels. The end product is eco-friendly apparels, and who are happy with this product basically. I think I can say that I'm going to increase the farmer's income because I'm buying the raw material from the farmer, and I am avoiding his unnecessary expenses to clear his farm once the harvest is done. So definitely the farmer's income is going to increase, and the other one is customer. Then the products which we are making, are innovative in terms of design as well as innovative in terms of eco-friendly. Obviously, the customer is just happy. One. As well as we are trying to avoid the utilization of harmful chemicals and all, so that our earth becomes much greener. This is the ecosystem what I'm trying to do. Here are people of two, and this is the management team. One is MG Krishnaveni. He looks after human resources and executing the operations of the ground project and contributing on design and one is myself. I look into raw material procurement, quality control, technology implementing and technology support. I'm done speaking about my presentation, my project. I'm looking forward to hear from you. Any question answers?
Thank you so much, Vishnu, for your presentation.
Yes,
I think
yes.
yes, I think your project is definitely going to sky further with the coming time, and I think considering you're looking forward to sustainability in the coming future, I think this is a very great idea, which will definitely work further in this stability genre ecosystem, especially. So now I request all the participants and all the people who are there connected to us. So if to raise any query or question, if they have pertaining to the presentation just made by Vishnu, or if any other query or suggestion, maybe if you have for Vishnu to maybe how to inculcate that in your project, that would also be welcome through this. Vishnu, I have a personal question. I think, how do you see this post-COVID situation? For example, considering every agricultural department has been hit by this whole pandemic situation, and also how do you see if has there been been there a influx, deflux, or maybe up and down in the growth of in the farming of banana, or is it still the same, or it's continuing the same genre?
So I think who are the one which are hit by this COVID-19, one among the many people who are suffering with this COVID-19 are also farmers. So I think they have lost their supply chain, and their production is not being sent to the consumer end properly, I guess so. So let me tell you one thing which I mentioned clearly in the initial stage of this presentation itself. So whatever the situation of forget about this COVID-19 or anything else, once the harvest cycle of the farming in this particular banana cultivation is done, that is for 10 months of each kind of fruit. banana tree will not give in second produce. So what happens is the farmers need to clean down their farm. So they are spending a lot of money in this cleaning the farm to make sure and to create the environment for the next harvest cycle. So I
Yes.
think I can intervene in that and provide a chance for the farmers to earn additional income.
Okay. I think that's the only possible way out currently when considering this.
Yeah. As I'm going to buy the raw materials from the farmer, definitely this is an additional income to them. So whatever this COVID situation and all, I'm going to use very less team members as I'm in the initial stage. This is definitely going to create some income to the farmer.
Yes. Okay, thank you, Vishnu. Any other participant, if they have any question, query, suggestion?
Dr. Divedi has raised his hand.
Uh,
Sir, what is your question?
Sorry?
Dr. Divedi sir has raised his hand. I want to ask him.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Kindly ask your question, please.
Good morning to all.
Good morning, sir.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
sir,
You are
you are
very clearly
audible.
audible.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Vishnu, for your nice presentation. But I have only one simple suggestion that in your last slide, you have stated that building a sustainable ecosystem
Yes.
in which you have elaborated that let us increase the income of the farmers.
Yes.
Okay. And you are on one place, you are making that customer is happy. So my point is that let us write that we should increase the income of the farmers as well as happiness of the farmers. This point is very required. Along with income, we have to increase the happiness of the farmers also. Of course, the customer will be happy. So better to use happiness for farmers also. This is my point of suggestion. That's all.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Akshay?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir, for your lucrative suggestion. I think it will help all of us, and I think this is what will be looking forward to do. See, considering there are no suggestions or queries further, I think we all should wrap the session here. And I thank you, Vishnu, for your presentation, and I wish you very good luck with FISI World. And I hope you'll connected to us throughout your journey. And thank you to all the participants for participating and actively considering this presentation made by Vishnu. So now I think we all can, yes?
Just a minute, let me leave a thank you note.
Yes, sure, please.
So we are an incubator at CCS NIAM, and it was a 2-month mentoring session, networking session, which is very helpful to me, made me to improve my network, made me to improvise my thoughts. This is a nice platform to me. Thank you very much, Akshay, for sharing your screen with me.
Thank you so much, Vishnu. We wish you good luck and hope FISI World soon climb up the ladder of success and development. So thank you, everyone. I wish you all a very good day. And here we wrap the session. So kindly leave the meeting room. Thank you.